What's up, you guys? This is Rob from Gay Guy Plays, and today on the Daily Grind, we are getting drunk. Ooh, I can feel myself getting warm already. This might be a bad, dangerous thing, but you know what? We might as well. One more time. That one was not as good as the first. Oh, Alright, so I feel I've got a little bit of explaining to do, but legitimately I had another video planned out and I was kind of like thinking in my head, I was like, oh, this probably isn't the most time appropriate to release that video. It might be a little bit better to wait and release it a little bit closer to the release of our newest Prime. Now I'm going to leave that information in your brains for a little bit longer. I'm going to let you guys stew on what that video could possibly be. However, I wanted to go ahead and still put out a piece of content for tomorrow, and I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I was like, oh wait, we've still got the Great Plains of Eidolon feedback survey, and here's one of the things that I've always wanted to chat about, is how I feel about the plains. Because I think that DE had some really big successes, that are kind of like that happened with PoE. Some things, you know, didn't go as smoothly, but what a better way than to do it live on camera. And then I was like, you know what, that's kind of boring, filling out a survey live on stream, so why not do it drunk, right? It's a Saturday night. This is what winners do on a Saturday night. They record themselves doing surveys drunk for YouTube. You know what, listen. We just have to roll with this, and I do want to kind of give this information out to you guys. Legitimately, I don't want to do any kind of editing whatsoever, so we're just gonna shoot from the hip and let's see how it goes. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and leave a link in the description box below for where you can take the Great Plains of Eidolon feedback survey. It's also available on the console of your ship, so if you walk up to the console, you can just click on that thing and it'll pop up for you. But this is a great way to provide DE feedback, so that they know what they could improve on and they know what they can kind of like continue to focus on. Because here's the thing. I'm all about giving constructive criticism, but also, ew, my desk is sticky. Ugh. But also providing them, because one of my biggest things is there's a lot of negative reinforcement out there, but I think that there should also be an equal amount of positive reinforcement. It's kind of like, you did great on this. This was fine. This is great, this is fantastic, this is what you should focus on. Well, this other thing was just okay. Wow, you guys knocked it out of the park on this one. This, not so much. It's the same thing that kind of goes for what I talk about, like, what is it called? Tenogen fashion frame. It's kind of like, I love giving positive feedback to artists. I'm like, I want to spotlight this because this is beautiful and wonderful and all of that. And then, you know, maybe let's say they don't put out something that I'm super fond of, then, you know, it doesn't get covered. And that's kind of like the, oh my god, you did so great on this. And just, you don't see my hand, I'm just pushing the rest to the side. So let's go ahead and get started on, I'm recording, right? Yeah, I'm recording. The Great Plains of Eidolon feedback survey. Now that Warframe's largest update ever, the Plains of Eidolon, has been released to both PC and console Tenno, we want to give the community a concise method of giving feedback so that we know how to best develop future open area zones. I added extra words in there, I don't know where that came from, but the magic of Drunken Rob. Obviously, the forums remain a valuable place to share ideas and constructive feedback about Warframe, but with the large influx of new players from this update, we felt a survey was appropriate to gauge the general Tenno opinion. Please complete the following survey truthfully, as only honest and fair feedback will benefit the Warframe community. This means there is no need to try and flatter us, nor is there an opportunity to bash the immense amount of hard work that has gone into this update. That's right, DE, stick up for yourself because y'all worked hard. Y'all worked weekends. Y'all, I don't know, maybe y'all got, I don't know if you got what is it called? Overtime? Maybe y'all got some overtime. Maybe y'all didn't get overtime. Maybe it was crunch. I don't know, but that's right. Also, if you don't feel you have enough experience with a particular activity to judge, please simply skip that question. Most questions will be rankable from 1 to 10, whereas 1 represents very negative feedback and 10 represents very positive. Alternatively, some questions will feature multiple choice responses. Be sure to read each question carefully, Tenno. As an example, do you enjoy fishing in the plains of Eidolon? No, I don't. 1 would mean you detest fishing. I don't really actually detest fishing. 10 would mean you love to fish. Fuck all of you fishers out there that know exactly what you're doing at all points in time. I know exactly what bait to get. I know exactly what time of day. Okay, the alcohol is starting. It's going. Now, without any further ado, the great Eidolon feedback survey awaits. Check out the highlighter. That's like 5 different highlighters on my face right now. Overall, how much do you enjoy the plains of Eidolon? I'm gonna give it a 9. See, the thing that I really liked about the Plains of Eidolon was there's 2 different modes you can play it in. The really cool way that I liked was Plains of Eidolon was the first release from DE that really made me go, oh my god, I need to call my friends. Like, it was like, oh my god, what time are you going to be on? Oh my god, we need to go hunt Eidolon together. Oh my god, do you want to do bounties together? I felt this very strong social pull in the Plains of Eidolon that I didn't like feel anywhere else in the game. As you guys know, I jump into just a lot of pub missions. I don't message my friends. I'm like, hey, you do what you want to do. I got other shit to take care of. But sometimes, like now, I'm like, ooh, I love doing bounties on stream because it's like community wide. I love doing the Operation Plate Star stuff on stream. I love that hunting Eidolons. As you guys know, for like the whole first week, I literally had a sleep schedule of 50 minutes on, 140 minutes of sleep, 50 minutes on, 140 minutes of sleep. It was literally like that. And like my friends were on it like clockwork too. Everybody in the Twitch Discord is just like absolutely amazing. My Aussie posse, you know who you is. So I really liked it because it had that kind of community feeling. But at the same time, if I did not want to talk to a single fucking person, tossed on my Loki build and was like, peace, I'm gonna go see this wisp farming and I'm just gonna go laser up some ores and shit. And that was like fan-fucking-tastic. It was this cool balance because you really got to choose the way that you wanted to approach the plains. So I overall enjoy the plains at a 9. I do. I don't like Skywing. Sorry. Suck it. Overall, how well is the Plains of Eidolon integrated into the rest of Warframe's existing content? I'm going to tell you this right now. Here's the issue with this. I read this question, so I already know my answer to this question. And is the Plains of Eidolon integrated into the rest of Warframe's existing content? Is it? Is it? No, I actually changed my answer. I was going to rate it a 1. Because I don't actually feel like it's integrated into the rest of Warframe's existing content at all. But I did remember Quill and the Quills and Onko are tied into Focus, and that ties into like the Kuva Fortress and all that kind of stuff. And then of course we have that's it. That's all it is. That's all. It's just the Focus schools. Oh, and Gara, and then of course we have the, I'm gonna give it a 2. It was gonna be a 1, now it's gonna be a 2. Alright, how much are you looking forward to, oh baby, how much are you looking forward to future open zones in Warframe? I'm saying very much. I want to see more of them. I'm really excited to see them. I know that this might be a little bit of a controversial opinion, but I want to see more open zones. But it does not necessarily mean that I never ever want to see you guys do like a tile set, like one of the, you know, the procedurally generated tile sets ever again. I think that if you guys have great ideas, I think you should make them come to life. Like whatever it is. Like if you have, you know, if you have a great idea for, if you guys have a great idea for some areas that fit together and they're maybe sentient, or maybe there's some sort of, I don't know, some castle-y thing. I don't know. But whatever it is that I feel DE is very passionate about, when DE creates something out of their own loins, you know what I mean? It's not driven by something someone said on the forums. It's not driven by some idiot off of Reddit. It's driven off of their own creative, like, force. I think that's when DE does the best. And I'm going to say this very, very fucking bluntly. I bought every single goddamn Prime Access since it came out. I bought a shit ton of plat. I'm not calculating money. I'm not sitting here saying, I spent $3,800. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing any of that bullshit. I'm saying spent a lot of money on this game personally. And the way that I want to put it out there into the universe, because I'm drunk, so I get a free pass right now, because you know that's how that works, is I don't want a game created by people on the forums. I want a game created by DE. That's what I spent my money on. That's where I put my feelings and emotions. This is what I invested in, because I believe in them as a creative force. And of course I understand that the community is going to shape some direction that things are going in, but legitimately, I paid my money for the creative forces at DE, not some idiots off of the forums, or hell, even me. It's not even about me. It's about something that DE has within their vision. Anyway, we're going to move on, because I'm starting to get red. The redness in my cheeks is increasing. You can see the redness come out from underneath my foundation. It's bad. Overall, how much do you enjoy Cetus as a hub for the plains of Eidolon? It's alright. I don't like hubs. Like, I'm not very big on hubs. We have fast travel for a reason. Like, I'm gonna say it's, you know what? I'm gonna give it, I was gonna give it a 5, and then I was gonna go down to a 4. Now I'm gonna say, I like the character that's in there. I like the voice lines. Oh my god, did you hear that voice line from, freaking the lady that Anko, you got cucked by? What is her name? That lady. The lady who cucked him and is now with, the other dude. What is his name? He's here somewhere. Oh, not Hawk. Oh my god, what is his name? Konzu. The lady that's with Konzu now. She says this weird shit about, like, kids are like a reminder of your mortality. You literally create a replacement of yourself, and now they're trying on your pants and they're gonna replace you and shit. That's, you know what? I'm giving it a 7. I was gonna give it a 6, but I have to say there's a lot of character that is in Cetus that I do appreciate. But as a hub itself, the only reason I'm there is because I get to hear, you know, weird voice lines from, maybe a 6. Maybe a 6. I like it. No, 7. Like a 6.5. On the record, it's a 6.5, but I'll give them a 7. Alright? Please rank the members of the Ostron community in order of how valuable you believe they are to your experience. 1 for the most valuable, 7... Wait, 1? 1 for the most valuable, 7 for the least valuable. Oh, shit. Okay. Alright. So, Konzu kind of just won it for me because of the recent event. So, I'm gonna give Konzu number 1, because he is the most, right? 1 for the most valuable. He's the most valuable. The next person that I want to give a thing to is... Okay, let's put it out this way. Nikak is like number 6. I hate her. She's a tramp. Like, the only reason that she was even around was because of the Operation Plague Star. Girl, shut up. I don't even care about you right now. Fisher High Look might be 2 or 3. So I'm gonna give her 2. Sunbat Minor, I like you, but I'm gonna give you a 4. Nikak can stay, girl, get out. Hawk is a, no, Hawk is not a 3 though. No. Oh, 4. Okay, so first is Konzu and the Bounties. Second is Fisher High Look. Third would be Quill of the Onkos, because he's a chill dude and he sees in the future and shit. And, you know, I don't want to piss him off too much if, you know, video games come to life and we get transported in there and he notices the fact that I created this video and I didn't rank him as high as he thinks that I should have. Anyway, let's go ahead and do Hawk. Hawk pisses me off, but he's going to get a 5 because he's not as bad as stupid Nikak. And then Master Tisonai Pets. You need to, both you and Mask Girl, Nikak, need to get your shit together. Because legitimately, what does Master Tisonai offer other than some skins and some, like, animals in crates? That's kind of fucked up. Like, Master Tisonai or Tesonai or whatever the hell his name is going to be, I wish he offered something more. Same thing for Nikak. What he needs, okay, let me tell you right here. This is something that we need to do because pets are having an issue right now. Everybody's like, nobody uses pets. You know why nobody uses pets? We have a system. Ooh, Rob is gonna rant. We have a system that has, that literally hands over sentinels, and then you can find sentinels in the foundry. Not the foundry, in the market. Like, legitimately, sentinels are the easiest things to attain, and you know, we're all talking about pet diversity and all this and all that. Why are sentinels so easy to fucking get, and kubros and kavats so difficult to get, and how are new players supposed to get them? I don't even think we have a tutorial for kavats. What the fuck is the deal for that? Kavats are like the best thing in game. Like, sentinels are absolute crap. Kubros are like right kind of like a little bit above there. You know what I mean? And I'm like, cool, bros, you need to step up your game because you're the first pet that people are introduced to. Like, right? So I'm thinking, Master Tsonai, maybe he needs to offer eggs. Kubro eggs, but they act kind of like, what is it called? They act kind of like the genetic imprints. So what he'll do is he'll give you an egg that has like a strong chance to becoming a Chessa, or has a strong chance to become a Sahasa, something along those lines. Because here's the thing, we don't have RNG when it comes to sentinels, and I think that's one of the reasons that people really love sentinels, is because you get it, and it's easy to get, and there's no like weird reliance on it. But legitimately, when you make your pet after you do the quest, you don't even know which one you gonna get. And in the game, it doesn't really tell you that much. You're like, oh, I got a Chessa, so I don't know, like, well, what do I do? Like, what does this mean to me? You know, so it's kind of like, I think if Master Tsonai had like blueprint, like not blueprints, but like, you know, like eggs that kind of stated, oh, this is what you would get with this kind of animal. This is what you would get with this kind of animal. And maybe for Kavats, maybe not genetic code. I don't know what he'd do with Kavats, but you know, maybe he'll give you something. But he needs something like that so that he feels a little more worthwhile. Nakak, I don't know who's gonna save her, but I do have to say, I kind of like the fact that Nakak had that like secret identity, like Bruce Wayne kind of shit. She was like, I just sell you masks, but secretly I'm running an organization underground that nobody knows about. Dun dun dun. Kind of cool. Still hate her guts though. That's the only reason she made it over Master Tsonai, is because she has a cool backstory. All right, I spent too much time talking about that shit. How would you rank the experience of navigating through Cetus? I mean, we have fast travel, so I don't really care that much about it. I'm gonna give it a 5. I'm gonna give it a 4 because I do get confused sometimes, and then I resort to fast travel. I'm like, oh, let me see what I can do. Are the variety of resources and items available through Cetus beneficial to Warframe? I think that they are, to be honest with you. We have things in Focus. We have all the arcanes that come from Focus. We have the Zaws, which have proven themselves to be very, very powerful weapons if you know how to build them. I've heard some things from some people that like, Zaws are stupid. Nah, bitch, you just don't know how to build weapons. Guess fucking what? If you knew as much about mechanics as you say you do, then maybe you wouldn't be calling Zaws stupid, because then you would know how to build a good Za. But I guess you're not a loser. Wait, is that an L to you? There's an L. That's the L in the camera. Loser. Is that the right L? I don't know. We'll find out. So I'm gonna say an 8. Are the variety of resources and items available through Cetus beneficial to Warframe? I'm gonna say an 8. Cause the Zaws, especially plus they're like Exodias and all of that kind of stuff, pretty fucking good. I'll be honest with you. I think beyond that, that's really the only thing that transitions through is the Focus stuff and the Zaws. Which kind of makes me think like, because it's really just the Focus and the Zaws, right? And then we got the Amps. But we do have the brilliant shards that come from Eidolons, which help Focus. I'm gonna give them an 8. 7.5 technically, but you know it's a 7.5. But like, I'll give them an 8. Benefit of the doubt. All right, the section will ask questions about bounties. Overall, how much do you enjoy completing bounties? I it's really a 7.5. I do like completing bounties, especially now with the changes that they've kind of installed. The fact that we get rewards on every single tier. Thank God, because now I don't have to wait fucking 5 bounties to find out that it wasn't Breath of the Eidolon, because legitimately, that's what I needed to craft my goddamn piece of bullshit, and that's the only way to get Breath of the Eidolon, right? I'm just saying, I need to get my hands on the breaths, and unfortunately, you can't do them anyway but the bounties, which is fine now, because now we get multiple shots at them. And you know, multiple shots are always good. We're here anyway, right? By the way, this is mango nectar. It's like rich and creamy and like, ooh, sweet and syrup. It's good. It like blocks out the disgusting tanning lotion flavor of whatever that is that I'm drinking. I do feel bounties reward a fair amount of standing, giving them time and skill requirements. Fuck yeah! I think it's very fucking fair. For standing, hell yeah. Well, we got fish though. I'll give you an 8. Do you feel that the item rewards often by the bounties are fair given the time and skill requirements? Well, I mean, that's the thing though. It's like, what exactly can you reward us? Let's be real. What can you reward us on a consistent basis over and over and over again that is going to feel fair after we've already accumulated that item, right? Like, how many times can we get Twisting Spiral and still feel that it's good? You know, and feel that it's fair, right? The only way to kind of continue to do that is to change out what is given through the bounties. But the issue with that is, if you change out what's given in the bounties, you know, group number 1 that got all of their shit and has 15 copies of that thing, they're going to be like, oh, thank God we got new rewards in the bounties. But group number 2, who's just coming into the game, they're like, well, I missed out on that. So, I mean, I don't know. That's a bit of a... That's it, a bit of nyuk nyuk nyuk. I mean, the thing is, we do need Breath of the Eidolon, so I mean, I'll give them a 6 on that one then. You know, it's kind of like, we do need the resources, and I actually like getting those resources because of the fact that it means that I maybe don't need to do another Cetus Wisp run. Maybe I don't need to do another, you know, maybe I don't need to do another Breath of the Eidolon run or whatnot. You know, you get a little bit of Void Traces, you get a little bit of Kuva. Sure, why not? You know, let's give it a 5. Listen, they can't win it all the time. Do you feel that each bounty has an appropriate level of gameplay variety? I feel like it's random, so I'm going to give them a 9. Except for the fact that I feel like I fucking always have to rescue a goddamn balloon. I don't want to rescue a balloon every time. Like, maybe turn it down a notch. I hate those balloon ones, okay? I know that some people enjoy them. So maybe don't take my word as gospel, but legitimately, I hate the balloon ones. I do. Okay, moving along. Let's see. This fishing. Okay, if I'm going to be real with you, I enjoy fishing, like, at a level 3. I was going to say a level 4, but I really don't enjoy fishing, and I don't go out of my way for fishing because I kind of fucking hate fishing. Do you feel that the resource requirements for fishing equipment are fair? I feel like they're fair. But there's just so much of them. There's just so much fishing stuff going on. And here's the thing. There are some very bright minds that have been fishing for a while that know exactly where to fish, what to do with fishing. For me, as somebody who's like, man, I could be killing something, I really don't feel that, like... Okay, let's answer this question first, because let's focus. Do I feel that the resource requirements for fishing are fair? I'm going to say a 6. Because they seem fair. They don't seem super, super unfair, but it would be nice to be a little bit more generous with it, because legitimately you're tiering one resource to get to another resource to get to another resource. So I'm going to give them a 5. It's kind of like one of those things where it's like you need one thing to progress to another thing to progress to another thing to progress to another thing, but is the thing that you're progressing to really that much worth it? And I think that's maybe the issue there, is if some of the more complicated fishes are worth it, then go for it. Why not? Do you feel that the resource and standing rewards for fishing are fair? I'm going to hit 5 again, too. You know what? Can I get rid of it? No, I can't get rid of it. Ah, well, fuck that. Well, what I'm gonna say is, like, I feel like they're fair. A lot of people seem to think that, you know, you get a whole lot of standing from them, and you know what? If that's where they derive the joy from, and they could get, like, you know, all of their standing in, like, one fishing trip, then fan-fucking-tastic. Me, personally, it feels fine. Do you feel that fishing gameplay mechanics are intuitive and easy to pick up? No! Well, okay. The actual fishing itself is not hard. It's the bait and, like, all of that extra bullshit, and I get it, some people are experts on it, but legitimately, I already don't like it, so I'm not gonna be, I don't really want to be bothered to learn it any more than that. I'm just gonna keep throwing bait in the fucking little splashy areas, because that's what people tell me to do, and hope that the right fish show up. That's how I feel about fishing. That's exactly how I feel about fishing. I'm just like, meh. Moving on. Ooh, is this mining? I love me some mining. Love me some mining. How much do I enjoy mining? I'm gonna say I enjoy it at a, let's be real, it's not the most enjoyable thing in the world, but I do quite enjoy it. I have a lot, I'm gonna give it an 8. I like it. I'm a happy drunk. I'm gonna say I do enjoy mining. I enjoy mining almost as much as I enjoy combat. I do. There's like this rewarding feeling of like, I'm on the chase. I'm on the hunt to go and grab me some gems. And then you gotta get sneaky, you gotta get invisible, and then you gotta do the gem hunting while these guys are trying to shoot at you, but you're invisible. Like it. Do you feel that the resources requirements for mining equipment are fair? I think they're very fair. I think they're you have one gun. You just get up to the 3rd tier. You have the advanced Nosum cutter. I know it by name because it's that good. Alright, and then you have the little bleepy bloops, and then you're good. Do you feel that resource and standing rewards for mining are fair? Could you give just a little bit more? Let's give it I believe you deserve a little bit. I'm gonna give you a 4. I feel like the standing rewards for gems should be just a little bit higher. Just the smidgens higher. Because sometimes, you know, let's say we have issues with enemies getting in the way or Kavats getting in the way. You know, sometimes something starts shooting at you, so you kind of have to like stop what you're doing. And I don't know if this is true or not, but I feel like if you stop using your mining laser for a second and you go and shoot something else, like when you come back you get less. I feel like you have to have one solid trace throughout to get like a legitimate score on it. So I'm gonna say because it fluctuates. Do you feel that mining gameplay and mechanics are intuitive and easy to pick up? Yes! Yes, they are very intuitive. You give me the gun tells me where to go. I trace the lizard thing on the gun, and we're done. Eidolons, how much do I enjoy fighting Eidolons? I love it! Well, I mean, clearly I don't love it like strongly enjoy, but I enjoy it a lot. Do you feel that the difficulty / environments are fair for experienced players? Let me tell you right now, I feel like the Eidolons aren't difficult enough. They're not. So I'm gonna say they're 5. I'm like, meh. They're difficult, but they're not that difficult. Like, legitimately, you can min-max it and you could do like, what, 8, 9 a night. If you're just trying to do it casually with some friends and you're not even trying, you could do like 5 a night. Which, I mean, I guess is fine with the rewards that come out of it after you've done it so many times. Like, legitimately, I don't think I've done Eidolon hunting in like a month because I've stockpiled so many fucking resources from all those goddamn Eidolons. So, a part of me is like, they're fair. Yeah, I guess. Do Eidolon fighting gameplay and mechanics require a balanced level of strategy and planning? I think so. I'm gonna give it an 8 because a lot of the Eidolon fighting gameplay mechanics, there's a meta now that's out there that you can do very, very easily. It's not super hard. You just need to make sure that all of your shit is formatted, you're putting on the right mods, yada yada yada. You want to kind of use certain weapons, so on and so forth. Not hard at all, but there is a lot of pre-planning that goes into it. And maybe that's kind of where my perspective is. That's why I put it at a 5 for the is it fair for experienced players, because we did invest a lot in our gear. A lot of us, you know, went ahead and did all of the like set mods, and you know, we made separate like gear, like loadouts and stuff for these weapons. So there's a lot of prep that goes into doing an Eidolon fight. But once you've got the prep down, the fight itself isn't that difficult. So I'll give it a 9. Is the multi-stage progression of the Eidolon fight beneficial to the Warframe's boss design? Can I say a thing? I'm gonna say a thing because it's my video. The only stages that I feel actually exist, and here's the thing. If you're paying close attention, the order of limbs you take down does technically affect the way that things play out, but because of the fact that we take down limbs so fast, it never really feels like anything weird plays out. Like if you take out the knees first, right? Let's say you take out the knees of everything, the Eidolon starts leaking from its knees and it leaves these goop trails. So if you're caught in those goop trails deal damage to you, right? So it's things like that to kind of like think about, like, but because of the fact that we can take out each of those spots so quickly, it doesn't feel like there's progression. The only thing that really feels like it is, oh, we just got to the part where he summons all the little doodly bops to try to come and heal him, and he's like, moo, 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 and then we shoot him in the head, and then he's dead. So it is beneficial. It is beneficial, but in this current stance that we have, it doesn't feel like there's actually that much progression from one part to another. There's no like, because I remember when I played old MMORPGs, I sat there and I was like, okay, dude, legit, we need to take out, like, because sometimes there's some enemy designs where you had to fight 3 enemies at a time, and you'd have to take out certain enemies first because of the way that they interacted with each other, and you're like, okay, this is important to take down first. It doesn't really feel like there's any kind of importance as to what limb you take down first. It doesn't really feel like there's any kind of like progression beyond the part where you get to the last limb and it goes moo, moo, moo. Great sound design, by the way. Moving on. Miscellaneous. Alright, the final section will ask questions that didn't quite fit into previous sections. Do you enjoy scanning of the hidden glassfish to cover Ostron lore? I'm gonna say I don't care. I'm gonna leave that one blank, because apparently we can leave things blank. Because legitimately, I don't care. I don't fucking care. Do you feel that the plants and animals of the plains of Eidolon create a compelling environment? Yeah, I do. I'm gonna give them a 7. Not like, it's not like the be-all end-all. It doesn't make me feel, but it kind of brings some life to the plains. Do you feel that the placement of Grineer patrols and camps is very well implemented? Yeah, I do. Because it kind of like, especially when you've been playing enough, you kind of know exactly where everything's going to be. And you know, like we have names for camps. We have like vineyard, which doesn't really look like, well, it looks like a well, it's not really a vineyard, but it looks like a vineyard, but we call it vineyard. And then we have seaside. And then we have hate camp. Because I hate going to the camp. Yeah, so, and then we have bay. So we have like, and then we have the upper camps. We have all, and then the other, this, and then we refer to one camp as like this shitty fucking camp that's too massive. And we don't really know where any of the things spawn in there. So I think it's good. I think it's good. I'm going to give them an 8, because there's always room for improvement. Do you feel that the difficulty of scaling of Grineer enemies progresses fairly throughout the plains of Eidolon? You know what? Here's the thing. They actually do kick your butt a little bit. They kick your butt a little bit. So I'm going to say 8 because there's always room for improvement. But I do have to say that, you know, I feel like there's some difficulty because some of them are just bitches. Like the fucking bombards that sit in the back and pelt you and you... I hate them. I hate them so much because you don't know where they're coming from sometimes. You're like, is that an Ogma? Is that a bombard? Is that a turret? What the fuck is going on? Why is everything going crazy? But... yeah, I still feel like it's fairly good. And I mean, it irritates fucking invisible characters a lot. So I guess it's like some difficulty added there. I get it. I get it. There's some difficulty. Fuck all that. Have I been playing Warframe all of my life? Moving on. I think is that it? We're done, you guys. Alright, so I don't know if you guys agreed with me. Go ahead and toss that in the comments. How you feel. Let me know if you've taken the survey. You should take the survey if you haven't already taken the survey. Actually, you know, before we go, before we fucking go, listen, Okay, one of the things I have to note, don't buy this alcohol. I'm not going to say what brand it is. It tastes like fucking tanning lotion. Don't drink it. The only reason I'm drinking it is because I live by a code that if you purchase yourself a drink and it's really, really terrible, you should try to finish it as fast as you can instead of wasting alcohol, because there are children in other countries that don't get a chance to have alcohol or clean running water. So you need to make sure that you don't waste it for their sakes, okay? So for the children of the world, this is for you. No, let's try first. Oh. But yes, let me know how you guys feel, if you agreed with me on certain points, or if you have any kind of feedback of your own. One of the things that I do want to point out to you guys is, while I do say, oh, leave feedback here, legit, leave it in the forums, because as much as I love having the conversation, be conversational here. Be conversational here. Leave constructive criticism in the forums. Okay? Because some of y'all want to write like your fucking life stories in the comment section below. And I'm really like, this is not what it's for. We can have a conversation. We can have some fun, good times. Leave that in the comments. Let's chill out with that. And then leave like the actual feedback, because I ain't taking it to DE. I'm drunk, clearly. But instead of just going ahead and going straight to the forums, be sure you go ahead and fill out this Eidolon feedback survey, so that you can go ahead and share your feelings, especially if they don't line up with mine, because it's not about always agreeing with me or my feelings or whatnot. It's about letting them know where they're going wrong, and especially letting them know what they're doing right, so that they can continue to do right by us. Again, I always believe in their creative direction. I love the things that they put out, legitimately. The only thing that I do have to say is, I don't know, I guess I'm done for that. And I'm gonna need to edit this video. Do the survey, leave your feelings for them, just like I left my feelings for them. Oh my god, if I hit submit and it's like, is it gonna show like my private information? Okay, hold on. Do I have Warframe running in the background? I do have Warframe running in the background. Ah, hallelujah! Hallelujah! Alright, so I'm gonna go Warframe and I'm gonna go display capture and we're good! Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit submit just to make sure that it doesn't say anything inappropriate and takes you to... Okay, good! Okay, my response has been recorded, so that way you know. I was just worried for a minute that you'd get all my private information and that you'd come and stay with me in my apartment and it wouldn't be clean, and that would be really, really bad. Regardless, as always, love somebody, hurt nobody, and take yo surveys. I'll chat with you guys next time. Bye-bye! For those of you guys who don't know, legitimately, I have a moment at the very, very end of these videos where I go, bye-bye! And I like smile and wave, and then I pause and I keep smiling for like a moment, because sometimes I do like, bye-bye! And like my head like goes down, like I want to turn off the recording and all of that shit. But now you know the truth. Drunk Rob has come through and told you the truth.